People all the time say, what kind of boat is that? And I'm proud to tell them that it's a Stabicraft. We like everything about it. I think it's the Humvee of aluminum boats. We've had a lot of other boats. It just handles the rough water. It's a great peace of mind to know that it's a safe boat. Hi, my name's Rich, and we're in Shelter Bay in Northwest Washington, and right behind me is my 2750 Stabicraft and the Rhondavous. The Rhondavous, it's an 82-foot Ocean Alexander. We bought it in Florida, used it down there for about 7 months back in 2018. Brought it up here to the Northwest, and it's been here ever since, and it's our family vessel. A friend of mine had a boat that was a bit of a cabin cruiser, and he was my diving friend, so we would always go diving and spearfishing a lot, and he named his boat Predator. He passed on, and so when I got a fishing dive vessel of my own, I called it Predator, kind of in remembrance of my friend. So the Rhondavous, it's pretty much our floating home, and it works really good for us because it's a home that gets to move around. We like to do that. So we move around from place to place, island to island, adventure to adventure, and we've got an extended family. We've got 3 adult children. They're not children, they're kids. They're not kids, they're adults. Anyway, our children have children, and so it's an extended, family that we get to enjoy this boat with. We started out with small boats, tent camping long ago, and really enjoyed that. And then we got a cabin cruiser, and it's just, I think people call it 2-foot-itis. And here we are, I'm in my 60s, my wife's in her 50s. We've got adult kids that are in their 30s, and we've got our son that's in his late 20s. We've got grandkids, and so we need a vessel this big so we're not tent camping any longer. But we needed a towboat. We've always had a towboat, and we had a center console boat for many years that we towed around. And we winter at our home in Idaho, and where it's cold. And when we'd come back in the summer, it's still cold here a lot of times. So my wife finally put her foot down and said, I can't do this anymore. So I started looking around for a boat that would work for us that wasn't an open bow. And we looked around a lot. When I found the Stabicraft, that was it. It just checked all the boxes. I kind of put my own flair to it with the wrap. We did a nice wrap on it. I did the black antennas with the black radar and kind of personalized the boat. And people all the time say, what kind of boat is that? And I'm proud to tell them that it's a Stabicraft. We like everything about it. We love that forward rake windshield. We like the fact that we can sit 6 people comfortably inside that boat. It's rugged, it's tough. It handles water, with the sealed hull. It's safe, and again, it checks all the boxes, and it works perfect for us. So today, we took the Stabicraft out, and this morning, woke up, pulled 4 pots, and got 25 big, beautiful Dungeness keepers, and brought them back and cooked them up, and then we've been eating well and living large and having a great time, yeah. So the Dungeness season up here, it's only so long, and they'll open it for 5 days and then it's shut down for 2, but the opener is always the best time. And you can usually always get crab around here, but the challenge that you have is sometimes the openings correspond with large tides. And I think we have 10 to 13 foot tides here. So if you get a really soft tide, it's easier to catch crab because there's not as much current. Your crab pots will stay down, and so there's always a challenge of fish are always where you find them, crab are always where you find them. So you have to hunt a little bit. But we've always been successful getting Dungeness crab, and it's good eating. It's not a wicked tuna, you know, but it's a lot of fun, and we like it.
Best way to cook it?
So, you know, it's a little bit like that Forrest Gump movie with Bubba talking about shrimp, you know, boil it, broil it, saute it, barbecue. But we'll steam it. We add a little bit of water, maybe 3 or 4 inches, and then get it to boil. Add some rock salt, maybe some of your favorite spices, and then dump the crab in. Let it come to its what we call second boil. It's mostly foam, and then cook them for 12 to 15 minutes, and voila. Being a father and a grandfather, there's nothing better than boating to keep our family together and to get them together. It's more than just a Sunday dinner at home or going to a movie. I mean, we're all together, we're on an adventure, everybody helps out, everybody pitches in. It brings us all closer together, and it's great for the family. The spring and summer are the best times of year for us to go out and use the Stabicraft, you know, along with the big boat. And so we'll take the big boat out and we tow the Stabicraft around with us. If we need to go into port, Ron and I will pull that Stabicraft up alongside, hog tie it to the side, and then go into port. And then we can do our shopping or whatever it is that we want to do, and then we can pull out. We handle the boat ourselves, but it's always fun to have family or friends along with us to just help with the challenges along the way, you know, because it's always different, it's always changing. But the Stabicraft has really allowed us to get out and explore more than most people would if they just had their small tender on top or, you know, folded up the back off of the swim step. And that's really allowed us to go longer distances and experience more, you know, along the way on our journey. So it works really well. You know, towing the Stabicraft isn't that difficult. It's a beautiful boat. Every one of their boats are great. That 2250 is a lot like this, but with our extended family, we wanted that 2750. And I tried a lot of other boats out, and I felt how they feel at the dock to be able to grab it, to maneuver it, you know, to bring it up alongside our bigger boat. And once we started doing that with the aluminum boat, it just felt right with the high handrails on the top at the front, and then the ability that has the walk around, so that when we're going to go and tie it up to the big boat, my wife Rhonda of the Rhondavous can walk, you know, up around the walk around, and she's not tiptoeing up the side of a 4 or 6 inch side or having to crawl through a window or something, you know, or a hatch. So that 2750 walk around is the bomb. It's just the greatest thing that I think that we saw out there available. A lot of times we'll pull into bays that we see might have a lake up above it, and we'll anchor the Stabicraft, or I'll drop people off at the beach and then I'll go out and anchor it, and we keep a paddleboard on board, and then I'll paddle into shore, and then we'll go up hiking to freshwater lakes up in BC. It's always fun. There's just lots of adventure, lots of things to do. And you never know what's going to happen. And that's part of the intrigue, you know, but it's just an awesome experience. I mean, we just love it. It's just something that I want to do, you know, forever, however long that might be.